Bragging is not so pleasant, but please permit me to brag that this chinchin recipe is the absolute best. And if you try this recipe, you'd also be able to brag that your chinchin tastes better than others. So let me show you how to make this. So to get started, you're going to need measuring cup for accurate measurements. You're just going to add your flour into the cup. Using a spatula or a knife, you're just going to level it just like this. Don't be like my cousin who complains that the measurement doesn't work while she actually heaped the flour into the cup. Once you're done, you pour that into a bowl, add salt, your baking powder and nutmeg, and guess who was bragging about the best chinchin recipe and yet forgot to add sugar. So I forgot to add sugar, added the sugar into it and mixed it to combine. Then I went in with my margarine. Now you can use margarine. Typically margarine is what is used, but you can also decide to use butter if you have butter. And if you don't have butter, just use margarine, it's totally fine. Just mix that to combine. And next, you're going to just add evaporated milk into a cup along with some eggs and your vanilla flavor. You find the full ingredient of everything used in the description box of this video and also in the comment section. Now, once you're done mixing that thoroughly to combine, you're going to pour it into the flour mixture and then you mix it together. And just like making meat pie, biscuits, cookies, whereby you don't need to over mix your dough, that's the same principle that also applies to making chinchin. You just want to mix it together to just barely combine, and then you set that aside. You sprinkle some flour onto your working surface, place the dough on it and just cut out the size that you're able to work with at the moment. Now you just form that into a bowl, press it down. You can also add more flour so that it doesn't stick right on your working surface and also on top of the dough. Now using a rolling pin, you're just going to roll these very, very flat. Now if you don't have a rolling pin, you can also use bottle. I remember growing up, before we had a rolling pin in my house, my brother and I used to bake a lot and we used whatever we had at home, and at that time we would use bottle to actually roll out our chinchin. Now you're just going to roll your chinchin into about 0.5 thickness. If you want it thin, I actually like my chinchin not very thick. So once you're done rolling that out, you're going to cut out the edges so that you'll be able to work with it. Once you're done, you're going to start cutting your chinchin horizontally and diagonally. I'm using a pizza cutter to do that, but of course if you don't have a pizza cutter, a knife works really, really well as well. Make sure to lightly flour your dough again once you're done cutting it. Then also add some flour into your tray, and then you're just going to scoop that into it and set it aside. And once you're done cutting your chinchin, you go ahead and fry it. And a test I usually do is to drop a few pieces into the oil. If it fries too quickly, I would reduce the heat, and if it fries too slow, I would increase the heat. Now once I get that, I will just add the rest of the chinchin into it. Make sure that you don't add too much. If you add too much, it's just going to soak up oil. You fry it until it is golden brown, because the residual heat in the chinchin would actually continue to cook it. So you just take that out and continue to fry the next batch. And when you're frying the second batch as well, try testing it, because sometimes the heat might be too hot for the second batch. Now once you're done with that, you're just going to allow that cool properly, and then you transfer it into an airtight jar, and that's it. Your chinchin is ready. It tasted really good, very, very lovely. If you try it out, I bet you're going to absolutely love it. So if you have any question, please leave it in the comment section and I would respond to that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in another video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.